Alrighty, guys. Hold on. All right. All right. Just want to make sure this is good first. Let me just make sure I can see you guys. And alrighty. Okay. Are we on? It's starting? Okay, thumbs up if you guys can hear me. And don't mind me while I eat. Shaka, did I meet you yesterday? Okay. Eyes. Alrighty. You guys can hear me? Okay, we'll wait a few more minutes and then we'll start. So the format will be, I'll do the plant haul. Hey guys. Do I have a girlfriend? I'm, well, you know what? We'll save some personal Q&A questions near the end. But we'll start with like plant haul videos. And then, or like show you guys the plants I got, talk about how I care for them, do a bit of a Q&A, hey Mark, and then yeah, and then we'll just kind of just go with it. First, let me know where you guys are from. I just saw one from India. Hi, from Florida. Good morning from Winnipeg. Winnipeg. Boston. Texas. Hopefully you guys are keeping safe out there. Jersey, Kansas, Oklahoma, Germany, Nepal, Minnesota. Wow, we got a couple from Germany. Manila, Mabuhay, Toronto, hey neighbor. Vietnam, wow, amazing. Man, this is one thing that's cool about like houseplant, like just taking over the world. It's connecting all of us from all over the world, and you know, the whole social media or like technology, whether YouTube or Instagram, is really allowing us to kind of connect together. Phoenix, Arizona, it is hot there. Okay. Also, you guys will tell me if there's something stuck in my teeth, right? Like, you know, you guys are like, I expect you guys to be honest with me. So if there's something stuck in my braces, let me know. Okay. Alrighty, so let's get started here. First off, if you guys are in the live room, for all of you ones who are here live, for the future watchers, give this video a thumbs up, and we'll start with my first. So I've been getting a couple plants here and there throughout kind of the last few weeks, and I think a couple of these you guys have seen already. I made myself some avocado toast. So literally just toasted bread with avocado on it, and then some hard-boiled egg. So the first one I think I got this from 217 Mark. You guys probably seen this during my IG live, but it's this Silvery Synapsis. And man, first of all, there's like so many variations of this type of Synapsis. There's this one, the Exotica, the Agave. I can never tell which is which, but my friend sent me this Instagram picture where it has all like 4 different leaves and how you can tell the difference. But the variegation in this one's a lot more prominent, especially around the edges. And this is one of those plants that's just beautiful, easy to care for, especially once it starts trailing. And honestly, you don't need to spend a lot of money for plants to have something beautiful like this. So I don't know if you guys have a Synapsis Silvery or Exotica Pictus or any of that, but this is pretty cool. I usually have mine in like bright indirect light. I have this guy upstairs, and I'm gonna put it on top of like my bookshelf, so that way you can trail like my neon pothos. Oh, hey, Alternative Mummy. Wow, that's a cool name. Thank you. You are obviously from Europe somewhere. Appreciate that. It's so early here. Did I miss it? No, we're just getting started. Okay, so that was the first one I got. And then this one, Alternative Mummy. How many plants do you guys have? So this one is my Rhaphidophora. Rhaphidophora. Man, I forgot already. No, I remember this one. Oh, Crimtantha. So one thing I like about this one is it's similar to my Rhaphidophora Hayi. It's one of those shingling plants, but the pattern on the leaves looks really, really cool. And I don't know if you guys can see it right here, but it also has a bit of that crystal shimmer on top of it, which makes it really, really neat. And yeah, I like this one a lot. And I actually got this at a really good deal. These normally go for quite a bit. I got this for $40, $40 Canadian. So in US, that's probably like, 25, 35 or something like that. But yeah, so I got really lucky. This was a lucky find. And I love shingling plants. Over 80. Wow, you guys have a lot of plants. I'm up to 43 house plants. And one thing I really like, when it comes to my shingling plants, I have this one as well as my Rhaphidophora. I have them obviously upstairs, gets a lot of bright light, bright indirect light. And I actually water the guy when the leaves are starting to get soft, because it is in a 6-inch container, and I find the roots are really small, so it doesn't absorb the water a lot. Like, it doesn't dry out quickly. So I gotta be careful not to overwater this guy. So I do gotta make sure that that entire soil, especially when you have it in a 6-inch container, is a little bit more dry and whatnot. 36 plants, almost 100. Wow. Okay. And then next one I have. Do you guys have an agave plant? So I found this little guy at the nursery, and I thought it was really cute because I like that white striped variegation in the middle, and it's nice and cute, small. But one thing with these guys is obviously you need a lot of patience if you want these to grow really big. But I thought it was really neat, and they're really easy to care for. So that is I think it's my first agave plant. And then, I added a hello from Boston. Your plant collections are goals. Oh, thank you. And you know what? You guys don't need to have like a lot of, plants to have a good plant collection. Whether sometimes it's actually good to just have, small amount of plants that you can manage. I think that's kind of a common mistake that people get is they do get a lot of plants, and sometimes it's overwhelming for you guys, and sometimes it's hard to just stay on top of caring for them. I always advise beginners to just start with the ones that you can care for. Master those a lot of those basic plants like your pothos, a monstera, maybe a succulent and a snake plant. And then once you kind of master that, then you can start adding a little bit more. 200 plants, that's not bad. I agree, right? So I got this snake plant. What did we get? Man, air plants. And I got it for $1. It looks really cool. So I got this little wooden frame where I have like a couple of my air plants, and I'm just gonna attach it. I think I'm gonna move this one up here in the corner and then put this guy in the middle. So make it look like kind of a piece of art. I think it's really cool. So I found this wooden frame on Amazon. It took forever to get here because I think it shipped overseas. And then just a couple of these air plants throughout. What's your favorite begonia? So I only have 2 begonias right now. My air plant for $1. Yeah, exactly, right? The only begonias I have are more of the cane ones. So this angel wing maculuta, and then this other one, which is the special angel wing, right? So very, very similar. The difference with this one, this is more like green and with the silver dots. This is more of a darker green with the back, or with the burgundy being back on the back. Man. Okay, the video keeps unloading. Is it just mine? I mean, the cool thing about going live is you guys can interact with each other. Care tips for the angel wing. Okay. It's hard for me to give care tips on it. The air plants require specific lighting. You know what? Based on what I've kind of read or what I've experienced, most plants prefer, like a nice medium to bright light, but I have these guys like back there near where my ZZ, so the light doesn't reach as far back there, and it's doing okay. It's doing really well. Now, I don't have much experience with begonias, so it's hard for me to kind of, give care tips right now, but I have these guys here, so it's near my south-facing window, and I think like one thing, I did lose a begonia last year, like I did not water it correctly. I allowed it to dry out too fast, which will kill the plant. So I do gotta be mindful that I don't let the soil dry out completely. And but you also don't want to make sure it's too wet before drying it. So maybe about like 90% is when I'll water it again. Okay. So then next plant I got. This one's actually pretty cool. I'm gonna pull up information on this one because I've never seen this plant before. Let me just pull up the info on it. It's this guy. So it's called a sea putat, and it's pretty cool because it has this like almost like a codex base, but it's really light and airy, almost like a coconut an empty shell, an empty coconut shell, if that makes sense. And it's based, so this is actually native to a lot of the, hold on, let me pull up the information on this. So it's native to, yeah, so what's cool about this plant is it actually floats in the Pacific Ocean near a lot of the Southeast Asian countries. And they can actually float in water for 10 years before they start to root and find land and all that. So it's pretty cool. It kind of reminds me of a bonsai style. And the leaves are, kind of reminds me of a mix between a rubber plant, the Melanie rubber plant, and a croton, if that makes sense. So yeah, I thought this was pretty cool. Thank you, Butterfly Whisperer. Oh, she has great information, by the way. Or he. Looks like, yeah, that kind of looks like it. Yeah, it's a very interesting plant. So I found it at Kim's Nature. I thought it was really neat. And I really like this style of plant, which kind of is leading me to take interest in slightly, I don't know if I want to dabble into it, bonsai trees. I don't know if any of you guys are into bonsais yet. How can you recover a plant from overwatering? So if you ever overwater a plant, first thing I do usually is I'll try and aerate the soil. So I'll get a chopstick to kind of loosen the soil so you allow air to flow through. If you don't think that's going to be enough, I would just get also a heat mat to wrap around your plants. That way it dries with the soil quickly. Or honestly, I've done this a few times. I've done it even with my Pilea there, where I remove the entire plant, remove the wet soil, and just let it dry out, and then plant in new soil. Sometimes you have to kind of go to that extreme if you overwater the plant, especially if you recently overwatered plant. Now, if it's a plant that's kind of been overwatered and it's pretty much dying because of it, and there's root rot, then you want to just clean up all those dead roots. Thanks. I'm surprised I missed that one. What's your favorite begonia? I only got 2. Don't you have trees? I don't know if you consider it trees, but I have a my bird of paradise is my tallest plant. It's literally almost reaching the ceiling, and then I have my my Ficus lyrata, which I do not like. I really don't like that plant. It's near my window. That's also technically in a tree form right now. I don't like it. Don't I have flowering plants? Technically, most plants, I say they do flower. I don't have any specific flowering plant. So next plant I want to show you guys that I got is super informative. Thank you so much. Good. You're welcome. Say my name, please. Jafanarada? Okay. So I got myself one of these Philodendron brandy. We'll just call them Philodendron brandy. And it's one of those heart-shaped leaves that has a bit of silvery shine and tone on it, similar to like a Pictus exotica or a silvery ad, but it's a philodendron. And one thing, okay, you guys know, if you guys have been watching me, philodendrons I've been struggling with, but I think I figured out what's wrong with my philodendron, especially the ones in the past, because my melanochrysum right now is doing really, really well, and my gigas is doing really well, so they're all in the greenhouse. And I think even my melanochrysum, I'm going to start chopping it up into pieces and make more out of it. But I realized that philodendrons and monsteras are notorious. They're like thrips magnets. They like I had thrips issues a couple years ago with one of my monsteras, and once you have them, you're gonna always have them. But I realized that they were also on the philodendrons, because you can tell when the leaves start to lose its color, and there's those brown spots and brown ridges. So I've been spraying down my plants consistently every 2 weeks now, and they're doing well. They're doing a lot better. So that's why I decided to take on philodendrons again, because I like philodendrons. They're beautiful. But yeah, so I got this guy right here. Ta-da! Okay, I thought you gave your gigas away. No, I kept that alive because I realized what was wrong with it. That I tried to say, hey, let me see if I can work on this, because I don't want to give up on it. And like anything, when you care for plants and you're trying to figure out what's wrong with it, you don't want to give up too easily on a plant, because eventually that experience will serve you in the future for how to care for some of your future plants. I hear you with the thrips. Being a plant, if you have plants in your house, you cannot avoid pests. You're gonna get them. That's just the way it works. Why don't you like the Ficus lyrata? You know what? I think it's because the way my Ficus lyrata looks. I've seen Ficus lyrata that's just beautiful, tree shaped, full. Mine is like dropping leaves. It's bare, it's empty, and it just does not look good. So maybe that's why. I'm very, yeah, which is wrong to be like very vain when it comes to your plants. Mm. Mhm. Next plant I got is another philodendron. It is the Philodendron Panduri for me. Ta-da! So not the best looking one. It was the last one left. And so these two plants were the ones I got from the mail from Winnipeg that my cousin sent me, and they were in bad shape when I opened it because literally all these plants were like out of the pot already, and I had to like rehab them, put them in the greenhouse, and do all that stuff. But this guy is pretty cool because it's a baby one. So the mature form has a different shape of leaf, but the baby one starts off almost like has that similar shape of a silver sword, and even kind of the pattern on the back is very similar to it. But once this guy grows up, it has more of that. At the base of the leaf is more wider, and then becomes like skinny. So almost, yeah, it's almost like I forget what kind of philodendron it is, but that's kind of the mature form. So our goal with this is to get this to obviously grow to that level. But yeah, so I'm excited with philodendrons. Now that I figured out what's wrong with mine, I think I'm gonna take on a bit more and expand maybe the philodendron collection a bit. Obviously, not to those super crazy expensive ones because I'm really starting to realize that I don't think I can. It's not. You gotta be responsible when it comes to buying plants, and right now there's just crazy pricing going up and gouging, and I just don't want to feed into that. So, but what you can do if you want to expand your plant collection is do trades, plant swaps. So saying hi from South Africa. Hello. I got some mycan cuttings yesterday from a trade of my jade satin synapses. So I was really happy because this was one of the plants that was on my wish list. And yeah, so I'm really stoked that I got that I was able to trade my jade satin synapses for some mycan cuttings. Do you have any caladium plants? I don't right now. I used to. And caladiums are beautiful, but I find them tricky. They're kind of similar to calatheas, I guess, if that makes sense. Would you consider doing a lighting? I missed that question. Sorry, guys. You have elephant ear? I do. It's over there in the corner, and I have it set up here. But I do have a regal shield, and it's beautiful. It's one of my favorite like alocasias. How huge the leaves can get, and I really had a big one a couple years ago that I chopped up and I put it to sleep. I put it to dormancy because I wanted to make more room for more plants, and it was just taking a lot of space. Do you know any beginner plants for north-facing light? Pothos, you can never go wrong with it. They're beautiful, so many varieties. They thrive in any lighting condition pretty much. The growth rate will just be a little slower. And then I would say a Chinese evergreen. I think they do really well as well in north-facing window. What else is north-facing window? And yes, 21/7 Market does sell plants during the winter. They just bring other plants indoors. I've never encountered root rot on a pothos before, so I'm not sure if the one thing with pothos I find is they're very tolerant. They can tolerate overwatering a bit, even though you shouldn't overwater your plant. They can tolerate a bit of it. So I've never experienced root rot in one of them anyway. Yeah, if you have a big north-facing window, one thing with lighting, whether you have a north, east, south, or west, it's all about the view of the sky. Like, if you're standing in front of the window and you got a nice view of the sky, there's nothing blocking it, that's good lighting. You can do a lot with that stuff. But if you have a bit of things like blocking it, trees or whatnot, and the plant does not have a good view of the sky, that's not good. That's like really low lighting, if that makes sense. Bird of Paradise care difficult? So Bird of Paradise, they prefer more of like a bright indirect light, south facing, east. And I don't think they're difficult. I personally, for me, I don't find them difficult. I have mine in just regular potting mix, a bit of cacti soil, and I water. When the soil is completely dry, and yeah, it's pretty easy. Oh, thanks, Mark B. Plants. Wow, thank you guys so much for like honestly, I get sometimes quite overwhelmed with like all the good vibes I get from you guys, and I really do appreciate it. You know, I know I don't say it often enough, but I really do. So, but next plant I want to show you guys. Wait, did we do? I think that was all the plants I got recently. Okay, and then I want to talk about my silver dollar vine while I continue to answer some of your more of your questions. Alrighty. Bird of Paradise is great. You know, honestly, like it's one of my favorite plants. You know, I don't have many like big plants, but that my Ficus lorata is a big plant. My Ficus sinensis is a big plant, and honestly, the Bird of Paradise is one of my favorites for sure. Spider mites are really tiny. One sign of webbing on. Yeah, that is, once you start seeing webbing on your plant, that is spider mites. Let me know when is your next video from Philippines. So actually, I was trying to figure out what I was gonna, you know, we're now ending August and September. You know, I've been posting like 2 videos a week, but for September, I think I'm just gonna. There's a lot of things I want to work on. You know, I am working on my first book. I've been working on it for a while, and I really am. Crunch time. I need to get to it. I need to put in a bit more time on it. So I think I'm going to just do one video, one normal video a week. But then we're gonna do a live show like this once a week because lives are a little easier for me because obviously, you know, there's no editing involved. We just do this, anything goes, you know, and then we just publish it. So that is kind of the plan for September because I do want to get this book out definitely before winter comes because I think it'll be. I'm excited about it. But yeah, so that is the plan. Okay, having a glass of wine at St. Thomas, Ontario, little early. Hey, it's no, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. I don't think it's early. And wow, I've always wanted to kind of experience living in a small like town and whatnot. I think it'd be kind of cool. Canadian borders are opening soon. Plant meetup. You know what? If things start opening up soon, you know, I would definitely like to travel and kind of you know, see like nurseries around the globe. I've always wanted to check out other botanical gardens. I think they're great. Nemo is. Oh, I thought she was here. I guess she's upstairs. Wait, there was something else I was going to talk about. Oh yeah, my silver dollar vine. Ta-da! Man, I am so happy with this one because it's like thriving. It's shooting out this new growth right now. So right here, this part is the new growth. But this one right here, this long one, was earlier this spring. So out of nowhere, it just gave me these 2 new shoots. And it's been great. It's been amazing. So I'm really, really excited about this. And this actually had another piece up to here that I decided to cut. So I have them propagating. And I don't know if I'm trying 2 different propagation methods. One is just sticking it in water. So I cut it like this. I cut one of the leaves at the base so that way it has a bit more of that node submerged in water. So I'm hoping this guy roots like this. And then the other method, I put it in a propagation box. So I cut some of the leaves. These were the bottom leaves I cut from that vine. See if they'll root. And then this one has a bit of a stem, similar to the way I would do, like say a Ficus tineki, or even a pothos cutting. So I'm trying to see if these will root as well. I'm excited. Obviously, I'll give you guys an update, see how this goes. But I like the silver dollar vine. They originally were a slow grower for me, and out of nowhere, like especially this year, just because I've had this for almost 3 years now, and honestly, out of nowhere, it just shot this vine, and then it now has these 2. And same container as I've always had it in. You know, the soil mix I have this guy in is regular potting mix, cacti, a lot of perlite, and a bit of orchid bark. And yeah, and I don't water it. Honestly, the way I water this guy is similar to how I would water my string of hearts, every 2 weeks, because the leaves are really thick and they retain a bit of the moisture. So as soon as the leaves start feeling like soft and not firm anymore, that's when I know it needs to be watered. Tips for aloe vera root rot. Ooh, man, root rot. You know, it's honestly, you either need to wash your plant or water your plant with a bit of hydrogen peroxide to cleanse out a lot of that dead roots, or you can remove it from the pot, and trim those dead roots off, and try and obviously avoid overwatering, because that's probably the cause of it. Alrighty, what was your first plant and how long was it to go? Like my very first plant is my I would say my jasmine. I mean, jasmine is my oldest plant right now. It's like almost 15 years old. So it was a cutting I got from my mom and my grandpa from a plant I gave them. So it's kind of cool. It has a good story on it. I love that plant. Do I have any Dischidia? Yes, I got one. It's upstairs. It's a Philodendron, I think is the Dischidia I have. Can I do that with Hoya heart to make it start to grow? I bought one. Is it just a one single Hoya heart? Those are tough to definitely grow. Toronto has been on and off raining. Yes, yeah. How is your marble queen pothos? Oh, from IKEA, that's doing really well. It's upstairs, but I realize it's not growing as fast as like my other marble queens or my other pothos. But the white variegation is still on it. I think I might start moving it closer to the window just to give it a bit more light. Yes, just one. Okay, those single heart leaf Hoyas, I've had one of those, and they're almost nearly impossible to grow into a full plant. I think maybe, but I have seen them. It has happened. Maybe like 3% chance they will. Just takes a lot of time, a lot of patience. I've seen them turn into a plant, but. Do I have any pink pothos? No, I don't. Bloody Mary Philodendron. Oh, yes, I did get one. So, this was I got from a trade as well. And it kind of reminds me of a pink princess, but the leaves are a lot more of that dark form burgundy. And this had a lot of leaves obviously on it, and a lot of nodes and aerial roots. So really, really cool that I got this. And like I said, I like philodendrons. And now that I figured out what was wrong with mine, I'm definitely going to take them on. Stem is red. Yeah, the stem is it's a bit more burgundy and red. Yeah, that's why it's called the Bloody Mary. It's pretty cool. Have you tried buying I can't give the questions. The Pelia aluminum. Oh yeah, that was a beautiful plant as well too. Like I've seen them once only, but I was looking at it and I was actually reading up on it once I saw that plant again, like close up. And it's a beautiful plant, that Pilea aluminum. I thought it was pretty cool. And those are nice and simple, plants that you can find anywhere. And they're beautiful. Love your channel. Oh, thank you. Okay. Most difficult plant to take care of. Calatheas. You guys know calatheas. If you're one of those who loves to go through a love-hate relationship, likes to feel the good times and the bad times with it, then get yourself a calathea, because they are so damn tricky. They are. It's hard to keep them perfect and beautiful. That's just the reality of it. What was your first plant? My jasmine. Okay. I've had a whale fin. How long before new growth shows up? You know what? When I first got my whale fin, I split it because it was one of those two ones. So I split it into two, and out of within like a couple months, it just started to shoot out some new growth. So it can be as quick as that, or it can take sometimes a few, 3 or 4 months. But remember the snake plant video I did a couple months ago, and I split them up and I divided and I propagated it. Anyway, that plant right now is starting to shoot out some new leaves, which I thought was really cool. Calatheas are... You're so sweet. Makes me want to give you a hug. Oh, thank you. No, you guys are sweet. Honestly, you guys are pretty dope. Like I gotta admit, like I get so overwhelmed with like just the just all from all you guys. Like when I go through comments, and even though I know I can't respond to every single comment or every single DM, like I'll browse through them, it does warm my heart up, to be honest. And that's why I don't mind being single, because I have you guys. Soil gnats. Okay, if you have gnats in your soil, hydrogen peroxide will help kill a lot of the eggs and larvae that's in there. And they just get those sticky yellow traps to kind of capture the capture the ones that are flying around, and just avoid overwatering. Have you tried having a philodendron psyllium? No, I haven't. The grow okay. What do you think about? Do you use leca balls? No, I've never used leca balls. I've been thinking about it. Have any tips for philodendrons? Well, it depends on the philodendrons, but the heart-shaped philodendrons like the mycans or the Brazil, apparently they're very similar to like a pothos care or syndapsis care. So, you know, you want to keep them obviously getting a lot of bright indirect light, and then, you know, using a nice, well-balanced medium that allows good drainage, good nutrients. So I usually will have mine in a 50-50, 50% regular potting mix, 50% cacti soil, a bit of perlite, and yeah, and try not to overwater. Philodendrons also don't like to be overwatered, so they are a little bit more sensitive to watering than that of like a pothos, I would say. I only got my elbow, which isn't doing too well. My single leaf elbow, and that's it. It had a bit of a nub. I actually had to put this guy back in water to try and you know, avoid it from dying because it was not looking good. My mycan sit in west-facing window does well. Will you still buy a melanochrysum again? You know what? Hey, lifeaholic Adele, she's here. Well, you know what? My melanochrysum, I'm able to save it and it's doing well. And I actually, the part that I air layered is now planted on its own and it's growing new leaves. So I'm actually air layering another section. I'm gonna cut it and plant it on its own and then start making new ones out of the empty vines that I have. Amazing, Montserrat. Thank you. Heartleaf philodendrons are so easy and classic looking. I agree, man. There's so many beautiful heartleaf philodendrons. Like even just a classic green one, a nice full one that's trailing. It's so beautiful and so stunning. And I don't know, like I said, you guys don't need to have a lot of crazy, you know, rare or different plants from everyone else, or a lot of plants to have a really amazing collection. I think it's important that you guys, you know, take appreciation for what you have, because some of these plants, like even a basic heart leaf philodendron, it's beautiful. I've seen it, and like I said, even the Silvery like this was, you know, you can find these again, beautiful, very easy to care for as well. See putat, did you show? Oh yes, I did. I did show it in the beginning. But it's pretty cool. It's kind of, this thing floats in the ocean for like 10 years before it roots. I recently rooted some mycans cuttings and they all have about, I missed that one. Do you own any cactuses? Yeah, I got a couple of these guys. Ta-da! This guy's pretty cool. I love the needles, the red fiery needles on it. Pretty adorable. Do you have philodendron burley Mars? No, I don't, Adele. It's one of those, I was looking at one the other day. I found one. Just a regular green form, nothing special about it. But it was special in its own way because it was large and the leaves were beautiful. How to grow money plant fast? Man, a money tree plant is really fast growing plant already. So just make sure it's getting a lot of that bright light. But they grow really fast. Because my barber had one and it was like a tree form. He cut it pretty much in half. Before COVID, and then I got a haircut like a couple weekends ago, and I saw it for the first time, and it was pretty much almost grew to the same size as it was before. How do you repot a cactus? Get some gloves. How is your Cebu Blue doing? Oh man, my Cebu Blue is doing amazing. So this was just one vine. This was the original vine, and it had like a growth here. I cut it. You guys can see it shot out a new growth. And this is that vine now that I rooted in water and I planted them together. So it is amazing. This plant, I don't understand how a plant like this that grows super fast, even faster than like my neon pothos, is not as available here in Canada anyway. It's not easily found, which blows my mind because they are so easy to propagate and make more of. So I don't get that part. Does that TV work? Yes, it does work, but I hardly use it. What's your best solution? You should name your Pilea pepper. You know what? I have certain like staple plants. My Pilea is one of them. Obviously, my string of hearts and my Taneki. My aloe vera that I grew when it was a little pup. I have certain staple plants that I don't actually have names for, but you know they've been with me for since the beginning, and they've gone really amazing. So maybe I should name them. All right, guys. What else do you have? Hey Christian, you're very kind and humble. It was nice to meet you. Oh, thank you. I sorry that thing went past. I met some of you guys yesterday. Oh, Angela. Oh, yes. Thank you. You know, it's so cool when I meet you guys. I can't wait for like more plant swap events, like a real planned one, and I can't wait to do like a meet and greet with you guys because I do enjoy like getting to know you guys in person as well. So. Do you sell plants that you don't like? I actually don't sell plants. If I don't like them, I'll give them away. But I actually don't have many plants I don't like, if that makes sense. Most of my plants I got, I know people have done like, you know, plants I regret buying. I've never regret buying any of my plants, if that makes sense. Or the plants I have, like, yeah, you may not like them as much as you did when you first got them. And it also works the other way when you get a plant that you don't really like at first, but then eventually you fall in love with. So yeah. I've never sold plants. I don't know if I will ever sell plants, if that makes sense. Blue oil for an update. It's doing well. It's in the greenhouse right now. I do want to repot it soon to try and promote new growth. Are you okay being approached in public? You know what? Sometimes it'll catch me off guard. Like if I have my headphones on and I'm just like, you know, walking to like a grocery store or whatnot. Sometimes it'll catch me off guard. I don't mind. Sometimes it'll just be like, you know, if you are approach me in a kind way and don't like, you know, surprise me out of nowhere. Do you have bonsai tree? No, but I've been thinking about getting into bonsai. I was originally wanting to create my jasmine plant, which is my oldest plant, my first plant, into a bonsai because it's been in the same pot for almost 10 years and it's obviously stunted its growth, right? So those roots are already like crammed in there. And the base of it is so thick, the trunk of it is so thick. So I was thinking of like creating a bonsai out of that. Love your t-shirt. Thank you. Ta-da! Monstera leaf. Oh, can you ask that? Let me see if I can swipe that. Ah, man, I missed it. Hold on, guys. There's a question here. Oh, I missed it. Sorry. Okay. Do I fertilize any of my plants? I don't. Surprisingly, I don't actually fertilize most of my plants. The ones that I do fertilize ever were my Monstera. I did the hold on, there you guys go. I did the 10 15 10 liquid plant food, and I did it only like maybe twice in a year, usually in spring and then like in the summer. But whenever you get those like fertilizer, the 10 15 10, that represents like one, you know, to promote growth of the roots, one to promote the growth of the leaves and the vines and all that stuff, right? So I should fertilize my Pilea because it's losing a lot of its green color and it's so huge now. It's really big, and I think I need a bigger container. Favorite book? Man, I don't even know when the last time I read a book. I think the last book I read were more business book, kind of leadership book, because I was really, you know, into that stuff. Professional growth and all of that. Oh, I did read I forget, How to Not Give a Fuck. It's just a way to kind of just, you know, to remain unbothered, which is something I'm actually trying this year is I want to remain unbothered and live a carefree life. Okay, so I know we had a structured plan. We did a show and tell, a plant haul, answer some planty questions, and then we're gonna finish off with a few. Oh, thank you. Okay, let me get that message because new to your channel. Love your message about enjoying the plants. You already have one of my plants is named Medusa. It's a Maranta prayer plant. I think that's the name. Thank you. That was from Marloka. Oh, thank you. Man, honestly, I think it's really important, and it goes beyond plants. Like just to really enjoy what you have in life. You know, like I said, society kind of teaches us to compare ourselves to others and to always keep up with the Jones. And I lived that life. I lived that life before, and honestly, man, it never will satisfy you. There's always gonna be the next one. If you have a mindset like that, you're always gonna get caught up to what's next, and you're never gonna, even though you feel like you're happy for a certain moment, it's not like real happiness, if that makes sense. So, I'm trying to obviously not live through that life, and that's the same thing with plants right now. Honestly, like I love my plants. That's why when someone asked earlier, like, is there any plants you don't like right now? I honestly like all of them. I mean, the Ficus lyrata, I'll like joke around it that I don't like it, but it still is there, and I've still had it. I have no plans of giving it away, or trying to sell it or any of that. It's just still there. Love your channel, love your vibe. You're cool, dude. Thank you, Denise. Okay, so why don't we close off the? We're now hitting 40 minutes. Holy cow! There's a whole bunch of questions that just showed up. Pineapple or pizza? Oh, pineapple and pizza. I love. So one of my favorite pineapple. I do love Hawaiian. It's one of my favorite type of pizza, especially growing up. Yeah. So okay, now I can answer any some of these silly questions. So if you guys have them, by all means, go for it. 20 more minutes, man. You guys, you want to go for a full hour? Shoot a full hour. It's interesting because live, I think it's fun because we're interacting live. But then it's like I don't know how it is for someone watching in the future. If you are watching this in the future, make sure you have the live chat going so that way you can kind of follow along and all that stuff. Yeah, I think that guys who love plants are very loving and lovable. Thank you. It's interesting because there's not many guys who love plants, man. Like even my audience, it's 80% female and 20% male. And even in the plant community, there's not many of us who love plants. But recently in COVID, I think it's gotten a bit more. Hey Christian, how are you? Hoya. My Hoyas are doing well right now. They are doing really well. But I've got a few message where she was funny. She DM'd me. She's like, guess what I caught? She caught her husband sneaking in a plant and watching one of my videos, and she was like laughing out loud because she was telling me like, he's usually not into plants, and out of nowhere, it's like, I'm the plant person. So I thought it was really funny. I love plants. All right, guy. Favorite view, okay. From Holland, wow, thank you. You know what, I actually enjoy going live, and that's why I want to do like a live show on YouTube once a week, because at least I'm able to answer as much questions that I normally can't in like through a DM and all that, and I think it helps other people because I'm sure if you have a question, someone else is probably asking that question, so I do like that aspect of it. And I think I love interacting with you guys, and there's really nowhere to hide. You guys are seeing all of me, and it also saves me time from doing any editing because that is time consuming. So that is why we're going to do a live show once a week, in addition to my regular videos once a week on this channel for September. Because like I mentioned, I need to catch up with things. Favorite TV show right now? I just finished Carnival Row, which I thought was really good. Snowpiercer I binge watch that. So I really like a lot of like dystopian type of series and shows, or like futuristic ones, or yeah. I might air YouTube for the first time. Oh, that's awesome. You should, Shelton Edwards. I think if you guys have a YouTube channel, try live. I think it's really fun. Love your videos. Hi from India. Favorite band? I don't know if I have a favorite band right now. Okay, whoa. Bird's nest grows best in coconut husk. Okay. I started just using coconut husk on some of my plants. I think they're really, I really do like using coconut husk. It's better alternative for me than like orchid bark right now. I think my pilea is maybe about like almost 4 feet tall. Thank you for your time. Thank you. Live once a week, yay! Love the live formats. Gives my husband a break from all my plant talk. Right? Exactly. If any of your partners or your roommates are tired of your plant talks, then just join me live, and the community, you guys can talk to each other, interact with each other, and I'll be there to always listen if you want to talk about plants. Any plants still on your wish list? I do want I want to get like an Ethereum Queen and King and like Philodendron Glorious, but again they're so expensive now. I don't know. But that's what wish list plants should be. They're unattainable plants. That grow light in the back of yours above trumpet. How long do you keep it on throughout the day? So with grow lights, usually grow lights, especially in the winter time, I'm gonna use a bit more of the grow light. I just like to mirror as if the sun was out in the summer. So whether that's like 8 to 10 hours a day, sometimes even 12, depending on really the plant, how close your grow light is to that plant, but at least like 8 hours a day, especially if you don't have any lighting, right? Yeah, variegated Epiprenum pinnatum. Yeah, over a lot of these plants are now overpriced. Um, I've never done bottom watering, but I hear it's very successful. It does avoid like overwatering and root rot. So it just takes a long time, right? Because you need that water, and you need the water to kind of rise all the way to the top of the soil, and then so really is more preference. I prefer the water from the top. Do grow lights work well? You know, they do. They do. Especially if you live in an area like here in Canada, you know, during the winter, the sun probably stays out like 5 hours, 6 hours at best. Plus, it's always cloudy. So I've used the grow light. What was I using my grow light for at one point? There was a plant I was trying to grow. I forget. Was it monster? Yeah. Philodendron Birkin, how light and man, my Birkin did not survive. Morning from Calgary. Hey guys, for those of you guys who's just joining us, apparently we got, we've been doing this for 46 minutes, so we're gonna do it for another 14 minutes. It'll be my longest live ever. I don't know how some people can do live stream for like 6 hours, especially the gamers. I don't know if I could do that. But good thing is I did go to the bathroom before we started this live, so that way, hi Harley, that way we don't have to take a washing break. Are you Canadian? Yes, I am Canadian. How's your air plants display? Oh, I just showed earlier because I got a new air plant. So this is what I originally had, and this was the air plant I got for $1. Look at it, it looks so cool. So I'm gonna add this here in the middle, and then I'm gonna move this one a bit more in the corner, which I thought would look cool. See? But yeah, air plants, very affordable and really easy to care for. How are they alive? They are just alive. You know, they capture they get a lot of the water from the air. Obviously, that's how they kind of that's why they don't need like soil or any of that. That's just the way they're built. Hi from Ireland. Love your YouTube. Thank you, Julia. How's your cat? She's doing really well. You know, I've noticed she's been a little bit more active, which is great for me to see. She's 18 years old, so she is a senior cat, but she's great. Are you a Raptors fan? Of course. Who isn't? Plant lady. What can I do for my Monstera leaves if it's floppy? And what's your favorite plant type? If your leaves are floppy because they're just pointing down, sometimes Monstera leaves do that. I mean, you can always get a garden tape to kind of just hold them together. If you want more of like an upright look, get a moss ball and whatnot. But if they're floppy because you possibly overwatered or underwatered, I think you kind of just need to determine that. Argentina, you're great. Thank you. I repotted my rubber plant. Too big, is that bad? Plant 5 inches too big. Normally when it comes to repotting, you don't want to go too big of a container because then you have more soil than the roots and you can cause overwatering. But rubber plants, I mean, I would just be mindful of if you can downsize it better, great, because they do like to be a little bit more snug. But if not, then just make sure you're not overwatering because there's going to be a lot of soil there and not as much roots to absorb a bit of that water. Did friends give plants to you or did you? I don't know. You know, I don't usually get plant gifts from my friends because they're not into plants. I'm the one giving them plants. And my cat is doing really well. Favorite Filipino dessert. Does halo halo count? I love halo halo. Or leche plan. Monstera de Diosa is much cheaper in the US than in the Philippines. Really skyrocketed. Yeah, it's crazy. And that's what's the thing. I was having a conversation about that, how the cost of plants in the Philippines has just got out of hand relative to even the cost of living. So it makes absolutely no sense to me. My birthday is Tuesday. I wish my friends would give me some plants as a gift. Happy, happy advanced birthday, Ethan. Alocasia variegation. Love watching you from Arizona. Hi, Elisa Simone. Adam's from Arizona. I think Becca's also from Arizona. Carmen's from Arizona. So a lot of plant tubers from Arizona, which is awesome because normally when I think of Arizona, it's like desert and no plants can like survive there. But amazing houseplant collection they all have. Is Sansevieria fasciata easy to propagate? I would say Sansevierias. Yeah, I mean, like my propagation with Sansevierias aren't doing that well, to be honest. Like I tried the water one. It takes forever. Some people do directly to soil. I made plant videos now. You completely inspired me. Yay! That's awesome. For my channel and this. Yeah, it's crazy. I get a lot of people who are starting an Instagram or a YouTube channel it's great. I think it's great because it just tells me that the community is growing. I mean, there's good and bad with obviously the popularity of plants. Good because I think everyone should love plants and everyone should. Hi, Pam. Hey, Pam. Yeah, I think it's great. I think it's a growing space, and it brings me joy knowing that we're all being connected through plants. But obviously, the bad side to that is the skyrocketing pricing, the gouging, and all of that stuff. Which it's sad that is happening. But like I said, just slow down. Appreciate your plants that you have, and there's a lot of beautiful ones out there still. Prices here in Brazil are also high. Really, eh? The joy of being a plant. Okay, I love watching your videos. Thanks. My IG. Oh man, sorry because it's going so fast. Butterfly Whisper. I've been using only distilled from my AC and all plants love it. Yeah, I think most plants prefer like a distilled water. But obviously certain plants actually require that or rainwater. Are you planning to get another pet or dog? I would love to get another dog. I've been thinking about it, but they are a lot of work. If I do get a dog, I thought about going through like obviously a rescue shelter. There's a lot of great dogs out there that need a good home. So who knows? Maybe in a couple years, I think if I get a bigger space, I will definitely get a dog. All right, guys, we are. What type of your favorite philodendron plant? I love my melanochrysum right now. I have 219 pots of plants in my flat, and you? I think I have like 120 maybe. What plants are still on your wish list? That butterfly plant, the Christia cordata, is still on my. I think that's always gonna be on my list. I don't know if I'm ever gonna find that plant. What's your cheapest house plant? Here right now. Oh, for $1, huh? Look at this beautiful air plant. It's gorgeous. Love from India. What's your favorite peperomia? Right now, I would say it's my frost, but my parallel, I notice is thriving really. It's upstairs. It's thriving really well. I noticed some new growth points, and I love it. It's looking really good because it's starting to trail really nicely now. Hi from New Jersey. Where do you get your pots? I did a pot tour on my channel, so definitely check that out. I share where I get most of my pots there. Don't you go for holidays? And what about plants then? If I go for holidays, I only leave maximum 5-7 days, and I make sure that they're watered before I leave, and they're good. Adobo or sinigang? Sinigang. At their patio tour, yes. My outdoor plants, especially the vegetable ones, I'm failing at it because it's hard to grow like a watermelon in a damn container. And I think Pam and I talked about that. Like it is impossible. ZZ plant care, neglect them. They love it. Ooh. Can you draw, sing? What's your hidden talent? I cannot. So I do not have an amazing hidden talent. I am. I will try. I will try everything at least once. And if I can, like play a song in the guitar, check. If I can play a song on the saxophone, check. If I can play one song in piano, check. If I can draw and paint and do the canvas, check it off my list. That's pretty much below average a lot of things. Your age. How old do you guys think I am? Are you single? Yes, I am. Advice on repotting ZZ plant. I don't. I would. I never repotted any of my ZZ plant. Like I don't think you need to repot them often. 25, 28. Oh wow! Thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. But that is that was a few years ago. 30. Still a few years ago. But thank you. I would never ask that question. What question? Age or single? You're close on the 35, but yeah. Okay, can you? I thought 26. Laugh aloud. You know what? I thought so too. You look great. Thank you. Thank you guys. Mimi Ma got it right. Oh, one more question for you guys. How's your giant aloe doing? Doing great. Like it's now shot out a new pup, and the pup is like pretty big. Because if you guys remember, I did the whole how to care and remove the pup and then repotting it. So the pups are growing really well, and then the mother one has a new pup that's coming out. Which plants you mostly like? Man, I love most of my plants. How's your giant aloe doing? Well, why do you look fine? I know it's the Asian glow, I guess. But so my hat here. Yeah. Do you live alone? No, I live with like 120 plants plus Nemo. Wow, we are 57 minutes. Okay. Whoa. I'm so jealous with your begonia beside your TV. Oh, thank you. I really like this. Is my favorite one. My special angel wing. It's beautiful. I just love the green on it. Your favorite philodendron, melanochrysum. Laughing. I say the same. I live with my plant babes, right? You're never alone when you have plants around you. What do I do for a living? I strip dance. I'm just kidding. But I'm actually a marketing exec for a financial technology company. So I've done online marketing for forever, pretty much. And yeah, I like it. And I work with great people. So that's what I do. Any tips? Are you planning to repot your baby? Now, I don't know if I wanna. I'm thinking my pilea does need a bigger pot, but it's gonna be difficult to repot it because there's so many babies around it, and I'm probably gonna damage. I'm probably gonna damage it. So I don't know. If I do it, I'm definitely gonna do a video on it. All right, guys, we are down to our last minute here because there's no way we're gonna do a longer show. We've been doing this for an hour. Why do you look sick? What do you mean? My glow? My angle? This is so great. Thank you guys. Well, no, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. And like I said, we're gonna do this at least like once a week. So definitely, I think we might do Sundays or Thursdays. I only maybe Sundays, and then we'll publish a video on Thursdays. But I really did enjoy this, guys, as always, and you guys are awesome. You look good to me. Thank you. And like always, really appreciate it. and I try my best to give as much information as I can. But please keep in mind that I'm basing it off my experience as well. And I think it's important for you guys to also as you're caring for your plants to embrace the experience. You will kill some plants. Sometimes you'll have a lot of success, but embrace the journey and embrace what you got, and you'll have a lot more. You'll be a lot more happier and less stressful. I think that's kind of the goal. So, with that said, I thank you guys for joining, and I will see you guys soon. You'll probably see me on IG, but take care, guys. Bye. Alrighty. Okay, I'm gonna end this right now. Whoa, I don't want to knock my plant. Yoink. No.